Unlike COVID, there is no vaccine for stupidity. Here is my latest roundup of dumb moves by people who should know better and the crowning achievement, dumbest of the year. But first, dumb. What's going on at Wheel of Fortune? Wheel of Misfortune. A contestant named Charlene lost out on winning the Audi because she took too long to say the final word in the phrase. And the final word was actually word. The phrase was choosing the right word. And she said choosing the right word. Buzzer. Still, Pat Sajak said, you took too long to say it. You can't get the car. Even though she said the word before the buzzer. And to make the folks at the Wheel of Fortune production team look even dumber, Audi is gonna go ahead and give Charlene the car. Dumber, non-fungible tokens, NFTs. I mean, if you wanna buy one because you think it's a good investment. Anyhow, former FLOTUS Melania Trump, her latest business venture is selling her own NFT. The first one is called Melania's Vision, and it is supposed to embody her cobalt blue eyes, providing the collector with an amulet to inspire. Is that her signature? What is that? There's his signature. Am I the only one? If you want to buy one of her NFTs, knock yourself out. But when a former FLOTUS is selling a non-fungible token, which may or may not be real or even unique, and she says an unspecified portion of the proceeds will help fund her Be Best. This is the top of NFTs. This is worse than when I bought Bitcoin at the peak. Dumberer, how to make $40 million disappear. First, you hire a strength coach who's been accused in the past of making racist remarks. Then you violate the NFL's no contact policy. Then you bring in your star Heisman-winning college quarterback who hasn't thrown a football professionally in 6 years. Then you refuse to go home with your team after they lose and instead go to a bar where a woman who's not your wife kind of gives you a lap dance. Then you keep losing more games. Then you tell your coach they're losers. And then you kick the kicker. Well done. Dummerer, the CEO of Southwest, who went to a congressional hearing where nobody wore a mask and said he thought masks are overrated on airplanes, and then he got COVID. Dummerer, you want to know who the most important guy in corporate America is? This guy. Every CEO and company in America rolls over for this guy. The latest is a story from Reuters suggesting that Amazon pulled all reviews on its Chinese website of Xi Jinping's books because some of the reviews weren't good. Meantime, fortunately here in America, where CEOs pay no attention to what the government asks them to do, you can still read those reviews on the English website, and they're not all good. Dummerer, the FDA. ProPublica reports that in March 2020, not 2021, March 2020, there was a Harvard-trained scientist working in an MIT lab who discovered that her test for a tropical disease could be repurposed to test for COVID at home for maybe around $10 a test. March 2020, the FDA said no, the test wasn't sensitive enough. It was sensitive enough for me in March 2020 when we had nothing. And dumbest of all, healthcare costs, particularly at the hospital. There's this new law where hospitals are supposed to show what they charge for things, but good luck finding it. And if you're having a heart attack, who has time to shop around? But several reports have now come out just showing how outrageous and meaningless these markups are. You can go to two different hospitals, according to the Wall Street Journal, that are 3 miles apart for the same ER visit, and one will be 40% less than the other. The Los Angeles Times had an investigation showing that a suture, which cost the hospital $19, was being charged $150 almost to the patient and the insurance company. This makes no sense. The system is sick. I have always supported free markets over nationalized health care, but this is not a free market. When a third party, the insurance company, is negotiating prices for you that you have no control over. But dumbest of the year, okay. I've done a lot of Dumb and Dumber columns since my bulletin, Well Street, launched at the end of June. Thank you, Meta. I've talked about a lot of stupid CEOs and rich people and companies, yada, 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 but the dumbest of the year are these two. Not only have the Cuomo brothers, through their ego and activity and cover-ups, destroyed their current wealth, Andrew Cuomo may even have to go back and cough up some money he made off of his book. But don't worry, I'm sure they're expecting to make a comeback in 2022. Just like COVID, and just like COVID, the next time around won't be so powerful. Happy New Year.